stand up to them.
Well, there isn't anybody who is able to tell the Western Hemisphere division to stand down, because the upper reaches of the State Department are totally uninterested in Latin America, know nothing about it. The National Security Advisor doesn't know anything about Latin America and couldn't care less, and is a non-entity anyway. And what other, the Defense Department, I have to say that Southcom is splendid. I mean, what they're doing is wonderful. But they don't have all that much support in the upper reaches of the Defense Department. Again, it's obsessed, which is understandable. It's obsessed with Iraq, Iran, and Afghanistan. That's understandable. Okay, I mean, fine. The Treasury Department would like to do things, and whenever they suggest something, and finally they just went ahead and took some measures anyway, including the more recent one against the head of the DIM and the DCIP and Rodriguez Chacin, and so forth. And that was over the objections of the State Department. You mentioned State Department, so I don't mind bringing it up at this point, in case anybody didn't know which department I was talking about. The one in the swamp, yes, the one in the swamp, and so forth. So, I mean, there's really no one to tell the Western Hemisphere Bureau, forget it. We understand what you're saying. We've heard what you have to say. But there are higher things involved, and we're going to go after this son of a bitch. Okay? There's nobody to say that.
I'd like to interject on that last question, if I may. And having been career State Department and then political State Department, I have a certain qualification to speak to it. You've got to remember, were you ever has anyone here ever been a career State Department person? You'll understand. The fundamental objective of the Department of State's professionals in dealing and working in a difficult country is to maintain communications with the government. The actual principles involved, the actual interests of the United States come second to that from the point of view of am I wrong, by the way, on this? Process of the United States.
Case by case.
But there are too many cases in which this is demonstrable. And from that, and the fact that Latin America is at the very bottom of the regional totem pole in terms of interest, it's way under Africa these days, makes us, I think, victims of not only neglect, but it makes the Latin American bureaus and embassies pull, in effect, the bottom of the quality from our foreign service. Our good people are not serving in Latin America.
Okay, that's true. It's also true in spades in the intelligence community, which I do have directed. I've never been in employee of the State Department.
I'll name a name, by the way, Shapiro. This guy has done us more damage than, we're about to that.
Yeah, but I mean, the point is that you're right about the Bureau. That's what the bureaus do. And although how you justify maintaining communication with a country that expels their ambassador is a little hard to.
They'll bring in somebody else.
The reaction was nil. Sure, we expelled their ambassador. Big deal. A country with no justification whatsoever because ABO expelled our ambassador. In solidarity with our brother Bolivians, we are going to expel your ambassador too. What? I mean, are you joking? You've got to be kidding, and so forth. But anyway, no, and besides, foreign service officers have their backbone removed every 6 months.
Nancy, can I make a comment?
Yes.
I couldn't resist it, right?
Please, Gustavo.
I was going to mention that we have to remember the $20 billion that Chavez has been giving in Latin America. He has been buying a lot of goodwill or temporary loyalty. The Kirchners are millionaires because of Chavez now. And the same is true of Daniel Ortega and Evo Morales. Without going too far, look at what the Secretary General of the OAS has been doing. He has done nothing about Chavez because he wants to be president of Chile, and he wants the financing of Chavez